Hello world, Calc Programmer 1 here, and today we're going to take another look at Keyboard Visualizer and how far it's come since my last update. First off, you can see I've got a whole bunch of supported devices now. The list is continuously growing. Razer still sends me new things and I love them for it. And I've added some non-Razer stuff as well. And I've also added some new features, so I figured it was time to do another update video. So let's go through what all I have out here today, and I'll explain what all is supported. So let's see, biggest thing for you Corsair users out there, everyone was saying support the Strafe and the Lux and all these other keyboards I'd never heard of, because I don't really follow the Corsair scene anymore. They should all be supported now. I just implemented the Corsair SDK, and with the Corsair SDK, pretty much all of their keyboards should be supported, including my old K70 RGB, the original version. So, good on you Corsair people. Then we have all the Razer Chroma products, Black Widow. Keyboards, we have Black Widow Tournament Edition, the new Ornata Chroma, we have their gamepads, Orb Weaver and Tartarus Chroma. Their mice, we've got Mamba Tournament Edition, Death Adder Chroma, Diamondback Chroma, Naga Epic Chroma, and the regular Naga Chroma is supported as well. And any of their other mice that are Chroma that I don't have here should also be supported, because the mouse is a common thing. Their headsets, I have the Kraken V1 and V2. Both work. The V2 isn't lighting up right now because Windows, it doesn't want to detect it. I have so many things plugged in that Windows keeps disconnecting randomly, and so many hubs plugged in that this is in no way stable. Also new Razer Core. I added support for the Razer Core front LEDs. Has been supported for a while. Firefly. Not pictured, the Deathstalker Chroma is supported. It has been for a while. If you have the Deathstalker Chroma, you will get a visualizer that runs side to side. The reason for that is the Deathstalker Chroma only has 6 lighting zones, 4 on the main key block. These are a lighting zone and these are a lighting zone. So there's only 6 LEDs in the whole keyboard. So the only effect you can really make is a sideways visualizer, unlike all the keyboards I have here, which are per key backlit. Also, Razer Blade and Blade Stealth are supported. Since I'm not running this off of my new laptop, I can just go ahead and open it on here to demonstrate. Let's put the background mode on, and you can see camera's kind of washing it out a bit, but yeah, it works. No issues with the Blade and the Blade Stealth. Also, new features, LED lighting strips. I know I talked about this before. You can use either an Arduino, or now you can use an ESP module, which is a Wi-Fi based microcontroller, to talk to WS2812 or 2811 LED strips. It used to be limited to only 30 LEDs. Now you can use as many LEDs as you want. Weird, my light shut off. Where was I? Yeah, LEDs. So you I have Arduino sketches for both the ESP microcontroller, which you have to install the ESP Arduino plugin to be able to use the Arduino IDE to build for this thing. But these are really cheap, and they're actually very high performing compared to Arduinos. They're 80 megahertz up to 160 megahertz 32-bit microcontroller with Wi-Fi, and you can get them for like $2 on eBay. So really good deal. And the Wi-Fi latency is basically non-existent. You put in the sketch, you put in your router SSID and password, and then whenever you load my code to this, all you gotta do is power it up. It'll connect to your Wi-Fi, get an IP address, and then you just send it UDP messages, and I added support to the keyboard visualizer program to do that. And then you can drive LED strips wirelessly anywhere in your house. And they're connected to my program. Or you can use the Arduino method as before, which now again supports as many LEDs as you want, but the more you connect, the slower it gets. I have special code that I wrote using the AVR-C without the Arduino IDE. That's also available, and with that I can drive 200 WS2812 LEDs off of one Arduino at 1 megabaud and still get good frame rates out of it. It was not possible using the Arduino IDE because the serial library they use has a lot of overhead and it was slowing it down. So that explains that. Now onto the actual program. You'll see a new feature I added, the Save Settings button. I know a lot of people have been requesting a Save Settings button. This saves all your settings to a file. And if we take a look at the release folder, this is where I keep all of my builds. It creates this settings.txt, and you can see it's basically the same as the command line arguments, but it's just in a file, and so you don't have to worry about making a shortcut. You just click save, it'll generate this file. If you want to add LED strips, you have to add those manually by either putting them in your command line or putting them in the settings file. This is basically two different, one serial-based LED strip, which is that Arduino right there. You basically put the COM port, the baud rate, and the number of LEDs. So that's COM8, 1 megabaud, or 1 million baud, and 200 LEDs. I have 150 actually connected to it, but the code in there is programmed for 200. Then this other one is basically the IP address of my ESP module, which I got from looking at the router page, and port 1234, which is the default in the code I made, and it's only driving 30 LEDs, which is this strip here. And that's how you configure LEDs with this new version. So let's play some music.
오빤 강남스타일 강남스타일 낮에는 따사로운 인간적인 여자 커피 한 잔에 여유를 아는 품격 있는 여자 밤이 오면 심장이 뜨거워지는 여자 그런 반전 있는 여자 너는 선호해 낮에는 너만큼 따사로운 그런 선호해 커피 식기도 전에 원샷 때리는 선호해 밤이 오면 심장이 터져버리는 선호해 그런 선호해 Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style. Op, 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 oppa Gangnam Style.
And that's all for this video. Thanks for watching.